One of the most anticipated games of 2024 is finally here, and it is time to take on the role of the Chosen One in Black Myth Wukong. That means tons of enemies to fight and crazy bosses. Luckily, we here at Direct Gaming have the perfect guide for you on how to take down the boss Guangmou. As always, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that name, these are a little tricky. This guide is going to be broken down into 3 parts. First will be personal setup and skills that I had unlocked for the fight. Second will be tips on how to avoid the boss's attacks and how to counter them. And then finally, a full run of the boss fight sped up a tad to show you how to use everything you've learned in real time. All right, let's get started. This boss can be found kind of in the back area after you've entered the snake path in the forest. You will know you're in the right area since most of the enemies are, well, very snake-like. In terms of the skills and items I had during this fight, I used everything from the previous fight with Ling Shuji, since nothing really happens between those fights. Most skills I upgraded a tad, like extra stamina or adding an extra focus point. Your best friend at this point in the game is still going to be the immobilize spell, so make sure you upgrade it if you can. When it comes to the boss fight itself, Guangmou is different from the regular bosses and enemies that you fought up until now. So first, let's go over the attacks that the boss is going to throw your way. Right when the fight starts, make sure you're hitting the L2 button so that you can deflect the blast attacks flying at you. Guangmou will always start the fight like this, so don't worry. When you see the boss summon what looks like a light ball with leaves around it, you need to simply run away. You can dodge, but running takes less stamina, so that's why I personally recommend it. Plus, if you happen to have the full Pilgrim's armor set on, then you actually get an attack bonus as you're running. During my fight, it was right after this that the boss would actually try to summon a little tornado attack at my current location. However, since I was running away from the light ball from beforehand, the attack would miss really easily, and I could run up to the boss to get a few attacks in on him. The only thing I really need to warn you about is to watch out for the area effect moves that he will try to use to get you away from him, so back off after a few attacks. If at any point during the battle the boss teleports away, try dodging or running away from the spot that you're standing in. The boss will try to appear at that location right behind you and spit out what I can only assume is poison, but I personally never got hit by it, so I can't tell you. However, I will say there was a move that I never got good at dodging, and you can see that right here on screen. This is where the boss will jump into the air, wave his fan, and then a blast will be sent out from it at his feet. No matter what I did, this always hit me. Now, the obvious counter to this would be just simply not run up to the boss and not get hit by it. But whenever it happened to me, either this was really bad timing on my part or just the boss read me like a book, every single time this was happening was in between his attacks, so I thought I could get in a couple of extra hits on him before he was able to recover. Sadly, I was definitely wrong. The final attack to look out for is his snake attack. When you hear him speak a line like, "Boys, keep him entertained,"
Boys, keep him entertained.
The boss will summon 4 to 5 snakes that will pop out of the ground and start to shoot blasts at you. You need to either cancel your lock on or use the right stick to switch targets. What you need to do next is go up to each snake and try to hit them to make them go away as fast as possibly can. You don't technically have to do this, but they're going to keep firing blasts at you, and with the boss chasing you down, they're going to deal a lot of damage. They don't actually stagger you or anything, but you'll notice your health get depleted really fast. This can be a little tricky sometimes, so don't be surprised if this is what gets you killed your first attempt. As you can see on screen, my health went way down. I was lucky enough not to get killed, but your mileage may vary. Now, in terms of how to counter the boss, the key is actually to wait until he's trying to summon a particular attack, because 9 times out of 10, he's trying to attack you where you're standing. However, if you're really mobile or running around, you're able to avoid these completely, and you can go in and get a nice clean combo in on him. The thing that got me killed the first time, though, was that mid-air blast I mentioned beforehand. If you can avoid that, then I think you're pretty much good to go. Obviously, your spell like Immobilize is amazing as always. One upgrade I highly recommend that can make it last longer is if you use the spell on the enemy when they're about to attack you. This will make it last longer, which means you can get more damage on them. I personally never use it here in the B-roll, but don't forget that you also have your red tide ability, where you can transform into the previous boss and get some extra damage on them. Keep up the attacks when you see an opening, and this boss will fall no problem. Oh, and if you happen to defeat the boss and get defeated at the same time like I did here on screen, don't worry. In order to get your rewards, it's simply go up to a shrine and you can collect your stuff. Now here's a full run of the boss fight sped up a tad to show you to take down Guangmou. As with any boss, make sure you learn the attacks and the patterns and you should be good to go. It's okay if it takes a couple of tries. If you enjoy the guides and a like in the video shows us that you enjoy this type of content, and don't forget to check out our other Black Myth Wukong guides and content along with our other videos in the top right corner and pinned comment. Thanks for watching the video. I've been Talon with Direct Gaming. I hope you have a great day and week, and I can't wait to see you all in the next one. Johnny.
our visitor.